Hello and welcome to Conversations. This is NTA Network, and we're going to be talking about something really interesting today. Before we do that, let's find out who's in the house.
Rita is in the house.
Z, of course.
Chukuma.
Okay. Well, you know the elections are right around the corner. We hear a lot of rumors about theft, stealing pants, stealing bits of hair. We will be picking each one after the other. But first, we'll take a quick break. It's Conversations here on NTA. Stay with us.
This actually happened on the 5th of January on my way to work to relieve an officer on duty. So I left home around 5:37 a.m. to 6. If you know Kubwa very well and if you are familiar with federal housing under the bridge, that is where everybody usually take vehicle coming to town. Abuja being what it takes, you know, we have both painted and the unpainted vehicles that usually ply the road for commuters. That very morning, when I arrived under the bridge, I was very happy to see an Agbero man standing there already. And this very Agbero, I knew him for years, so that gave me the confidence that, oh, I'm not left alone here to enter, an unusual car. Then there was another lady too, also coming to town. Shortly, a vehicle arrived. It was this very Agbero who told us, Madam, are you not going to Wuse? I said, yes. So he then told me, you can join this very vehicle. And I was glad that I was not all alone because the other lady too standing by me, we were all coming to town. And there was conversations between the Agbero and the armed robbers, not knowing that the three of them already in the car, they were into one gang. Shortly, the car moved. The guy at the back coughed. That coughing was so unusual. I said, well, this is Harmattan period. Maybe he is having cold. He then said, welcome to armed robber and kidnappers car. You people took the wrong car. We all shouted, Jesus Christ. They told us, don't just dare anything. In this vehicle, we have gun, we have hammer, and we have dagger. I was having up to 8,000 naira in my purse because I was like, when I close from my duty, I will enter market to buy some things. The guy at the back picked my handbag to the one in the front. The 8,000 naira, they removed it. The other guests owned too, I swear they did the same to her purse. The one at the back said, only what will save us if we may go home tonight will be the ATM card. That if we don't have ATM card, that we should just forget ourselves, that we are already gone. To God be the glory, I was with my free ATM card that day. The girl too, she was with hers. Not even knowing that they were with POS to check if actually the ATM we are having is real or not. So I gave them the saving ATM card. And they checked and they told me, yes, that there is money. We felt that was just all alone. They parked their car. They said, yes, now that they are kidnappers. That, we have gold with us? We said, no, that we don't have gold. Before you know it, they were threatening to shoot. The guy at the back actually was picking up a piece to shoot. Then I heard there and there, I heard his hands. I started pleading. I started begging. I told them, I still remember, I said, you are with my ATM card current. Let us do it 50-50. Whenever salary comes in, you take, but do not take my life. We were pleading them for them not to take our lives. They said, no, that they are kidnappers, that they usually keep people, that they kill. And there is a place where they normally keep those that are stubborn. Oh, it now dawned on me that, oh, they may ask for ransom. I told them that we don't have money, that we also, they say they are graduates, that this is what they do for a living, that the policemen, they are aware of it, that they can't do them anything, that they kill on that road every blessed day, that way too will be captured to where they have been keeping them. So we started pleading, we started begging. The two of them suggested that they would take us to over the bridge and throw us down. And I said, how can I die like that this very morning, just coming to relieve an officer from duty? I started praying. The other girl too, by now, we were all praying together. Only for them to slow down. As they were slowing down the car, the girl beside the door quickly opened. To God, they didn't pin down the doors. The girl quickly opened the door. Two of us fell from the car. I don't really know how we survived it. All we knew, we were just unconscious on the road until somebody came to save us.
When there's a child out there that's not getting the same that your own child is getting, the difference will tell, and there will come a time in the society where that child is going to take his pound of flesh.
Where you can actually, everything from watching a program with the child, you can start off the conversation from something on the TV and say, oh, you know.
For me, it's like, hurry up with this business. And the other one said, Auntie, it's not about me, it's about the guys. They're not ready to marry.
Yes. See if she wants to ask something. No, I know my mother very well. In fact, the most interesting one is when I put up pictures on WhatsApp, you know, Snapchat filters and all that, she will call me, remove that picture. There was a day, I got tired of all that and I
We're talking about security today in the conversation room. We have Rita, Z, and Chukuma. What are your thoughts so far? Are we getting better when it comes to our personal security, especially at home? 10 years ago, CCTV was not important. But now I have CCTV because, you know, I have people taking care of my toddlers. And, you know, I've had one experience that wasn't very good at all, you know.
Wow.
Yeah, she was smacking them. Yes, and I found out the hard way. And I was like, you know what? Initially I had it, then I was like, oh, well, no need to upgrade it, so I left it. I've had to upgrade it now because it's very important. So, you know, having eyes when you're not at home, for me, it's compulsory. I don't even mince words with it anymore. So I don't know if you are the kind of person that has CCTV in your house, or Yuzi, or Rita, but for me, at this stage of my life, it's a necessity, yes.
Well, there is this literature word that says, Nick and Toba said that since the hunters have learned to shoot without stopping,
The birds have learned to fly without perching.
It goes to talk about the CCTV and the security system. Now, before now, we used to be afraid of keeping armed robbers invading our homes.
Yeah.
Because of, probably we used to keep money at home. But because of the trend of things, the issue of domestic violence, the issue of having domestic staff hitting or taking advantage of the children at home, bringing in their friends, turning your house out of another thing in your absence. I think it has become very, very necessary. Not only to have your CCTV at home, but also to upgrade it to the point where everywhere you are, you have your eyes at home.
Remotely,
because the security system is not only for the watchmen or the security system in Nigeria. They will be doing their best. But internally, we have to also protect ourselves, make move. In fact, based on robbery experiences and incidents that happened recently to some people I know, you can also fortify your doors because sometimes they don't come through the doors again.
Okay, yeah.
They don't come through the doors. They come through the windows.
Does the window not have that?
No, they come with something to break the window.
You just cut through the burglary.
Yes, when they cut through the burglary, they push it out. And then climb in through there, then open the door, then bring themselves in. So it's something that, even the alarm system, most times people don't know that the alarm system is a very good one. The electrical wire fence, those are things you could apply in your homes to protect yourself. Now, even I spoke to my daughter and some of my friends who are ladies, and I told them, even at night when you're going, the pepper spray is quite important. Now, people might be thinking it has to be gun, it has to be knife. The person might overpower the lady, or you have to have the pepper spray so that on first attack, the person is confused, then you could take off and have your balance. The alarm system will be good for the house because once you hear the noise, once you trigger off the alarm system, it also has a way of chasing the armed robbers away from your home. So I think all these are necessary things that we don't need to depend only on the police, because the police are doing their best. They're actually doing their best.
Z, your thoughts?
Like, I'm really deep in thought right now.
Okay. So,
because I'm thinking of my house and the window. And me, I don't sleep till 3 in the morning. Hey, can we live without windows?
well, I
Because
don't
I'm
know.
that kind of person to the extent I will block the window.
No, how would you do that? I've heard of people actually
It's
using
good for your health
acid,
to have
using
free-
acid on the, the frame of the window and then
it
pushing it
pushes
in.
that,
Yeah. It's that sophisticated now. If acid is
Dangerously
pouring acid on
innovative.
the yes. So you
I
can
think I
only
want to change the position because the closest window that any thief can enter is by the dining room. So I'm thinking maybe I should move that dining room. You know those olden day cupboards, how they used to put cupboard, and I think I might just revert to those days and put a cupboard to block that window. So if you
What
think
happens to ventilation?
I will put on the fan.
No. See, we can't run away from
No, I can't.
getting the lights, getting the natural air.
just
I
living.
want that where I have a balcony.
But there's something you could do. You could put an alarm system on your window. So that
What about
when
they cut the alarm system?
no, except the person that's coming knows everything, because there's a way they will do your alarm system that once the person touches your window, it triggers it.
And then when the cleaner comes tomorrow morning to come and clean, we'll forget that the thing is still armed. And then while the person is cleaning, everyone on the street has, hears that the alarm has been ticked off.
When you're about to sleep,
That's
you
when
turn
you
it
turn
on.
it on.
When you wake up in the morning, you turn it off.
Are these alarms available?
It
I
adds
haven't
up-
seen a
it
home
adds
with
to
that.
the
It
list
is,
of
it
your
is.
must remember list
Yes.
before you go to bed, right?
Yes.
I guess so.
Yes, they're available. They're available.
Alarms?
Have you heard
Yes.
that story about in some parts of the world, people say, good night, honey, have sweet dreams. And in some parts, they say, have you checked the doors? Did you check the windows? That's
You
how
have
we
to
say
go through
good
like
night.
A checklist.
See, this is why I don't. Please, I think I want to live in like one of those high rises. I don't want to be thinking about windows and security. And if I live in a high rise, by the time you think about climbing lift
Or taking
to
the
reach
lift
up
all
there,
the
the
way
lift
up.
has died. By the time you reach up there and you think that I'll throw you out the window and you would die,
Yeah.
you would think twice about coming to my house.
And to be honest, people, when they're looking for homes to rent, for instance, a lot of people would not take a flat on the ground floor
Yes.
because of
Yeah.
these security
Yes.
issues.
Because-
That if thief is even coming, they're coming to flat 1 first, flat
First.
1 and 2.
Do you know,
Exactly.
interestingly, when I was living in a block of flats, it wasn't so much of the security issue for me, but I just don't like the fact that everyone have to pass through my house to get to theirs. I didn't like that. That was the put off for me on the ground floor. But for me, security, I didn't even think so much about it, about my house. Yes, there are the basic things. You have a fence, you have burglaries in the house. But I'm looking more of when I'm actually outside my house.
Okay.
Say I'm driving, for instance. I just came back from Lagos, and I was on the whole... Lagos is synonymous with traffic, of course. So I was walking on my system, and there was a knock on the window, and somebody said, Farah, you want to buy... And then I remembered, oh, this is Lagos. I can't have my phone and system out like this walking. So I quickly had to shut it down and throw it under the seats. So basically, conscious now of how I display things in the car, because you can easily have someone break your side mirrors or anything when you park your car because you forgot a 100 naira note in full glare for people to see. So such little things actually matters, and when you're driving, be very conscious. I know someone who, these people that would hawk in the traffic. There were 2 of them. One was talking to her because she left something on the seat. One was talking to her from this way, trying to get her attention, or not knowing somebody was from the other side. Her glasses wasn't up, was busy, fingering whatever was there. So by the time she finished, it was Antonio was like, hey, it was too late. So you really have to be on red alert, not just for the traffic lights and the other cars.
It's true.
Okay, but for the other...
Even at filling stations, sorry, at filling stations, when you want to buy your fuel, don't leave your gadgets on the seat.
Oh, okay.
Or even your wallet. And just go to be looking at the meter, because someone could sneak in, pick it up, and except when you leave. Because myself, what I do is when I'm at the filling station and I want to go out and my stuffs are there, I will make sure that my car is locked. I will check my door.
Wow.
Because I've seen it happen before.
I've never even thought of locking.
Yeah, people will just come in. Because your attention is there, the person just sneaks in, packs those things and goes off. So security is not about arms. It's about, first of all, you have to think about yourself. Yeah. How are you protecting yourself? How conscious are you? How are you making sure that you are not exposing, calling for those thieves? Because sometimes we open ourselves up for people to come and steal.
Yeah.
How careful can we really be?
A lot of us tend to forget that we sit down and have conversations with different people about our political views.
Yes.
Not knowing who these people are, and depending on what you say could attract them to follow you home, and you get into these trouble.
Yeah.
Like now, I'm thinking about it. I'm so vocal about politics, both online and in real life, that I'm like, I can't even remember the set of people that I talk to. Yeah. And it's like, oh, you know, when this happens after election, you know, we're going to do, I've already bought this that I'm going to wear for our inauguration. And now I'm thinking like, those are little things.
Clues you're giving to people.
Giving people to come and knock at your door. Madam, I am armed robber. Open the door. You know you have the money.
And beyond that, there are those who are on the opposition of whatever interest you have, who would hate you just for the sake of that and want to do you harm.
Yes.
So if you're not the contestant, or you're not a real politician in the sense of it, you know who you want to vote for, make it your business. Go there and vote and go home.
Yeah. We need to be so mindful, so cautious about where we go to, at least in the next month or so.
Yeah.
We need to be very cautious. We need to be very security cautious. All these people are paying money to have people killed, to bring in different body parts, different, whether it's your pants or your hair.
Yeah, I was going to say that
especially women going to the salon, you know, you're not thinking about it. The person is combing your hair, removing your hair from the comb and throwing it into a plastic bag. In the back of your mind, you're thinking, oh, that's the trash. But that's not the trash. That hair is about to go to some babalawo or alpha or whatever.
Really, that's why I asked the question, how careful can you be? Like you're in a salon, it's a big parlor, and there's so many people doing their hair, and I'm going, you don't comb the hair, can I have the, you know?
Yes, so can I have it? It's my property. I want it. It doesn't belong to anybody.
The issue of hair, for me, is almost the same thing as a woman's placenta when it's expelled right after birth.
After birth.
You do not leave it at the hospital.
I hear people eat it now.
I've heard about that.
I heard they eat it.
You do not leave it at the hospital for any reason. So, you know, most hospitals will just say, you know, this is your, come and take it and everything. After I had the twins, they packed it and gave it to my husband, and he went to dispose of it. It's better that way, just because you don't want to hear, you don't want any stories. It's very, so hair, placenta, for me, it's the same thing.
And especially these are cases you can't call the police for.
No.
Thank you.
You can't.
Thank you.
Yes.
What
would you say to the police?
like?
Someone stole my panties, or somebody took my hair.
Yeah.
You don't even have
I've even heard
a
that
case.
People are being discouraged from giving beggars money.
Yeah,
Because
I read about that.
yeah,
I read about
they're
that.
discouraging you
That's
from
a new,
giving beggars money. That
it's a new trend.
Yeah.
That you see guys on the way now, they beg.
But I stopped doing that a long time ago.
Once
Really?
you give
But
them
why?
money, they use it for rituals.
They use it.
So they've moved that spirit now from doing the other thing, trying to change destiny.
so the money in my hand becomes the money in your hand, literally.
It's not going to work.
It will not work.
I am going to wear my lipstick and speak in tongues over that money before I give it to you.
Rita.
The truth is, it's difficult. It's difficult.
So
you
don't give beggars money as a rule.
It eats me inside because I'm itching to do it.
Yes.
But then I just have, I'll turn up my music and just face forward. I don't see you.
For me, as a rule.
When I
as
do
a
that,
rule.
I feel bad.
No,
You know, they're
it
trying to
hits
knock
me
and get my
inside.
attention, and I'm like,
but
inside I'm like,
What I do now is, you know,
I
Nika,
can't take chances,
there are
though.
several channels through which you can give, so you don't feel bad when you're in a position like that. If you know an orphanage that is legal, you know old people's home that you can go out and give out some help. If you do all of those, if someone is knocking on your window, you're not saying, what do you want? Okay. You probably won't feel too bad.
Normally they say, oh, I'm hungry, I want to buy food. Me, I always have food in my car. Because I'm always coming from one restaurant or going to one restaurant.
You give them the food instead.
Is it not food you want to eat?
No, a guy
rather than your money.
A guy walked up to me one day and said,
what do you want to do for the food I give you?
A guy walked up to me one day and said he wanted to eat.
Yeah.
And what I did was I looked around. There was a place they could serve him something.
Okay.
I said, go there. Tell them whatever you want to eat.
Eat, I'll pay.
I'll pay.
Exactly.
But not giving you the money.
Exactly.
He said he wanted to eat.
I've done that.
I said, go there. I'll pay.
I've done that. There
But
was
I
some
didn't give him
restaurant
money.
at the
I didn't give money.
I was coming out and the kid was like, oh, I'm so hungry. Please give me money. I said, you're hungry. I said, okay, no problem. Follow me. I went to the restaurant. I said, please, give him rice and stew and whatever. He's looking. I said, no be hunger.
No chop again.
Let them give you food. You eat, remain, eat tomorrow, self.
And he did that? Did he eat?
What other choice did he have?
Another point. I read on the social media 2-3 days ago, a woman's husband was killed. A woman's husband was killed after the wife displayed cash on Facebook.
I saw that. I think it was in Bielsa.
So that's silly.
I'm trying. I feel there's a disconnect somewhere. I don't believe
it was exactly 550,000 naira.
It took time to count.
Do you think there was anything?
50 naira bundle.
Do you think there was any connection between that picture and the man getting killed?
It's possible.
Yes.
I find it hard to.
Why?
I just feel it's random.
Nika, no.
Could be random.
Nico, listen. You see,
we posted money.
I
have
some people are from the position.
Yeah.
Does not mean that some people in some position don't get thrilled by a particular. People go as far as they could keep for as low as 20,000, 10,000.
Yeah, what are you saying?
People are hungry.
Have you not read the news of 50 naira killing? Bike man, because of 50 naira, he killed you. Now they had to pour him petrol and tire.
So you know, people should avoid a lot of things. Should avoid bringing attention to themselves. Avoid arguments. Yeah, Z said something. It's a political era.
Yeah.
Keep your opinion to yourself. It mustn't be. I can only talk politics when I'm talking with my friends. As in, I will know, because all of us know. We always tell ourselves, this thing we are saying is just like me supporting Chelsea, you supporting Man U. It ends here. Because whatever it is, whoever becomes whatever does not know me. So I can't go out of my way to kill myself for the president. But we'll just say it for the fun of it. Now, aside that, you can't hear me go outside of a place I'm very comfortable with to talk about politics. If you're talking about politics, I'm going my way. I just keep quiet and be watching you and be laughing.
No, in the market and all.
No, me, I'm cautious.
In order to convince people to vote for someone in particular, that's
yes.
So you're actively
yes.
I think for Nika and I think for Nika and I,
men that sell meat, convincing them that you
have to vote for this person.
You have to vote for this. Let me give. Like I've spent like 3 hours breaking down. Like, don't
you have people confronting you? Don't you?
No, she's a lady.
You know what I've noticed?
Because a lady.
I don't think that's so. I tell people this jokingly. I said, even if you hate me, by the time you're done having a conversation with me, you will like me. No matter how angry you are with me, by the time I say one or two things, the anger has gone.
Okay.
When I go there, first they're like, no. I'm like, okay, I'm listening. Speak your mind. I'm not going back and forth with you. I don't have that kind of time. I'm here to convince you on why this person is better than that person. So let me hear why you feel your person is better than mine. Oh, yeah. I counteract it. Oh, you said this, but this is the same person that... And a lot of them, because they are not really exposed, they only hear what
other people,
the next illiterate will tell them, and they believe it.
This period, my take is, the ladies, please avoid walking on the lonely path at night.
Avoid entering any type of car.
Avoid, before you enter vehicles, be careful. Aside the fact that people are after money, phones, they're also after human parts.
Yes.
They're after clothes now, they try to look out for very sensitive clothes from women for ritual. So
like, who would ever think your pants would be
worth something.
that somebody wants to? Pants
will be worth anything.
It has turned, the criminality has gone high.
Yes.
It has gone spiritual.
Yeah, so we need to also be extra vigilant in the ways we react and respond to things.
Yeah.
It's no longer living the normal life we used to live. Nobody would have believed it that in an estate where you have an estate, you have security, and robbers could come into an estate. Because everybody believes that estates are usually remote, secure environments.
Yeah, ideally, that's what people say.
Yeah, because an estate is big.
First, you have to break through the estate fence before you get in.
And there are neighborhoods that you could always... But now it's no longer like that.
Yeah.
So you have to be extra vigilant. The responsibility is not only for the government, because we also need to find a way to help ourselves and help the government. Because I say that your neighbor, also be kind to your neighbors. Most times you don't understand that being kind to your neighbor is a means of security.
You're going too far. Know your neighbor is the first place.
Yes.
Some of us,
That's why I smiled.
get in our car and go out. We don't know who's
why I
living in
just
the next
smiled.
building.
I don't know my neighbor. I just know one of my neighbor. Apparently, my neighbor has twins. Apparently, she has twins. And I only know one twin because that's the only one they keep screaming, Favor, Favor. So I don't know Favor's twin sister's name.
Are they identical? Are they identical?
I don't know. I don't even know what they
Because
look
that's what I'm saying, that maybe Favor's sister has been running around and you probably didn't know.
Truth, no, knowing your neighbor is key.
Yes,
It
it is.
Even having
nice.
And
being nice to them, having their phone numbers. It's because they are the first that would trigger off should they see anything.
Yeah.
But most times we live, Abuja has its lifestyle that's different from Lagos.
Like, what do you mean?
Abuja,
What does that mean?
Abuja people are me, myself, and I alone.
Mind my business.
We're in the habit of minding our business.
And in Lagos, we don't.
There are parts of Lagos that's like that, depending on where you are in
Lagos.
Lagos.
Which comes together to be our business.
No, Lagos people integrate more. Lagos people integrate more.
It also depends on what part of the city you are in, really.
I know my 3-year-old neighbor. Favor by name. If I see Favor walk, I will not know it's Favor, but I know her name.
You just know the name because you hear mom yell Favor all the time.
Truth is knowing our neighbors, and once in a while, there's this thing they talk about. Always, when you suspect something, always speak out. Because you may not know that what you are doing is saving other people and yourself.
Yeah.
There's this story of a beggar who was always giving something, and the owner, I read, I think, a book, and the woman never knew that she was angry that the beggar was always coming and the beggar was not always satisfied. So that fateful day, she now said, okay, this beggar will stop you from coming to my house today. She now prepared a poison and wanted to give it to the beggar, but when she was going, her spirit told her, this is not who you are. Continue being good. You don't know what this could lead you to. She said she poured out that poison and prepared something good and gave to the beggar. And she had lost her son, and she'd been waiting and hoping that one day her son would come back. Eventually, after a few days, her son came back and started narrating story. And the son said that if not for one beggar that always brought food for him, that he would have died.
Wow.
Then mom okay, explain who this beggar is.
No way.
Eventually, it was the same beggar that comes to her house, and who she felt she was feeding. She didn't know that she was feeding her son through the beggar.
Wow.
You understand? So when we are doing good, we shouldn't...
You never know where it's...
Continue. You don't know where it's leading. You don't know who
like throwing a stone in the marketplace, right?
Yes. So security is everybody's business.
Yes,
not
it is.
Not the government, not the police. It's everybody's business.
Yeah. One of the national dailies was warning people about entering just any taxi cab as well, because robbers are posing as taxi drivers as well. There was a story of a cab being cordoned off and moved to one side, and people were asked to, women were asked to remove their pants. So
if you didn't wear pants that day,
yeah, you know where be that now.
No, it's you're free.
You're free to go.
Yes, now. You don't have what they're looking for.
Yeah, so it's one thing to have it on the line and people swiping it. It's another thing for them to say,
take it off now.
What is it with this taking pants and what?
I don't know how it even...
What happened now? What is happening?
Very soon they'll start taking bras. Because apparently women can stop wearing pants, but we can't stop wearing bra.
Oh, we can.
No, we can't. There's a category of people that can't.
No, get a good tailor, you won't be needing them. Trust me.
So what happens to the day we don't wear tailored clothes? Well, or when we want to wear boo-boo. Well, exactly. So at the end of the day, the moral of the story is secure yourself, your loved ones. Be very mindful, be very sightful. Think 20 steps ahead, because it seems the robbers these days are very educated. They are PhD holders in robbery.
Yeah.
And so you have to go and be a double PhD holder.
I like the fact that we've been saying, oh, we can also provide our own security. It's not all about the government, but we cannot take away the fact that the government, the Nigerian police force, have a role to play. We are under-policed. We cannot run away from that fact.
Are we under-policed?
We are.
Really?
Yes, by all standards, we are under-policed. If you look at the population of the police first to the population of Nigeria, we are incredibly under-policed. We don't have enough police officers.
Really?
And even the ones we have are not equipped to do their job.
If you say they're not equipped, I
know for a fact that we're under-policed. Trust me, I know that.
I don't know what the statistics is.
It's supposed to be one police to like 300, I think. But if you check the statistics, is it 300 or 30? I'm not sure, and I don't have that figure. But I know, because I did the research on it when I was doing a program in the past, that we are really, really under-policed. Wow. And even if the one we have what it takes to... If you call a police officer now that there's a robbery somewhere and he's looking whether he has fuel or whether his gun has whatever he should have, and he's thinking of how many keys he left at home, he will tell you which kind of gun they carry. They hear the sound, they don't near your house. Before you ask all the questions, you're in trouble.
That's scary,
so the government also have a role to play. We need to be security conscious, I agree. We need to do what we have to do. But trust me, we're not paying taxes for nothing. They need to secure us.
Yeah, because, I mean...
I pay my tax.
Even the CTV we're talking about, and the alarms and the pepper sprays, all that costs money. So we're spending so much, apart from the fact that we're paying our taxes, we're spending so much money on our personal security. I'm glad you told me about locking the car when you buy fuel. It's never occurred to me to...
I don't get out of the car. I try to park in a place where I'm seeing the pump.
Yeah, I don't come out of my car.
No, so I don't come out. I just wind my side down a bit. I make sure all my windows are up and I just look.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
That's it.
Also, I just feel not coming down seems madamish.
Really? Okay, Another you call me madamish and I'm safe.
I'll wind that back window down.
Another thing also we should also look at is our kids also.
Yeah.
We should also learn to talk with our kids, speak with them, and also let them know steps and tips on things to do when they see some or sense some certain things.
True that.
Because most times kids are also violated and they are not allowed to speak out.
True.
You understand? So we should also engage them and be sensitive in the ways they react and respond. I don't take any discussion as casual with my children. Whenever I'm talking with them and I hear, he said, no worry. I just follow that no worry to the no worry, because if I can't get that, if I can't get that no worry,
going.
It comes with, okay, if you don't tell me this, you will not play your game. If you don't tell me this, you will not get this. So finally, I get to get that. Because we need to get to know what these kids are passing through, what they are facing, because a lot. Most times, I had a story one time where a child was being used to take the mommy's money out of the house.
Wow.
So these people can also devise a means of using these children to steal these pants to bring them out of the house. So we shouldn't be also focusing on ourselves. We should also take these lectures home and let them know that if anybody's asking you for anything in the house, let me know first.
Yeah.
We don't even listen. That's one big problem that most parents have. We don't listen to the children.
Okay.
It's more like, oh, shush. We always shut them down. And that's why when something important comes up, they won't even tell you. So we need to learn to, we need to learn to listen to the little nonsense so that when something serious comes, they will see the need to also tell you about it.
It's important.
Have that type of friendship with your kids where they know that the door for discussion is always open. No matter, they might feel like it's a dumb discussion, but you should make them feel like there's no discussion that's dumb. Whether you just hit your toe on the step. I want to hear how you started to go to the step, how you the toe hit the step, and how the pain after the step. Did you shift the steps? make them feel every
my
single
boy will
thing
literally make you feel guilty if you don't listen to him. He's the type that will come to you and he's talking and will go like, Mom, you're not listening, are you? You're on your phone again. Can we just talk? I'm telling you.
I was going to say that.
And sometimes I just go, I'm sorry, what were you saying? And then he will look straight into my eyes, so he's sure he had my attention. But not all children can do that.
Wow.
Things are evolving. It wasn't like this in our father's time, our forefathers' time. So as things are evolving, we should also be evolving. We should also compete with time to make sure that we're not left out of place. Responsibility from home to outside is important. Remember, last time when we discussed, we talked about the failures of the home also. If a son comes home and brings in something, ask that child.
Where did you get it? Nika, you remember now?
Yeah.
Where did you get this?
Where did you get that earring in my father's house? Who bought it for you?
Who bought it for you?
It's not your mother. How did you get it? You have to explain.
So you don't need to.
Some mothers wouldn't even notice if, you know, the daughter is wearing some new jewelry that she did not buy for
the
child.
boy got a new sneakers that they don't know how the money came about.
How they got the
You're
money.
not asking.
Oh, they have a new backpack, or they have a new shirt. He said, oh, it's fine, without questioning it. Not my mother. My mother will tell
you need to, because
take me to the person I gave
with
it.
all that, you can get to help them understand, prepare them, and get things prepared.
And all these late nights, people that move around at night, the club goers and the lounge and the late nights 2, 3 a.m. movers. It's not because there's checkpoint too. But that checkpoint they feel too.
Even the checkpoint can be hazardous sometimes.
I'm telling you. Yes. Wasn't it last year that a few people got killed at checkpoint?
Apostle story is still
right?
It's still fresh, no matter how far away.
Yes, of course. That's how many years now?
That moved from a club to a checkpoint, and that's where it eventually happened.
See, so we have to be very. If you know your house is, for example, you're in the club in Maitama, your house is in Lugbe. You know there's a distance.
Okay, club and sleep out.
Hotel no day.
Hey, club and sleep out,
yes, yes. Sleep out for your own safety. There's quite a difference between Maitama and Lugbe. There are a lot of roads, open roads.
Beyond the distance to travel, Mimi, you know some people can talk for Africa. So you are in the club, or you're in a party and you're gisting, and everybody already know where you work, how much you earn, what car you drive, how how affluent you are. You say everything, like you just open your life out and people are like, okay, that's a good target.
And we also get carried away on social media too.
Yes.
Who
are we competing with self? This social media stuff, who are you trying to impress?
What's it, fake it till you make it? Or
who are you trying to impress?
Big challenge
it is.
right now.
Because you see these successful people up there and you're like, I want to be like her.
Who
now,
said
if I don't have as much money as her, at least I can show, like, you know, I'm fine too. I have this.
And at the end, you see yourself. Most depression cases now are basically from social media. Social media has given more.
Are you saying that there was no depression before social media?
It's worse now. People are trying to keep up with the Joneses. You want to be like the other person.
You didn't know what the Joneses had because you couldn't see. You just imagined what they had. But now, they are
all over your
giving
face.
You first-class tickets into their lives to see what they have, or in some cases don't have. Some people is boropos.
Oh, yeah. Boy.
The person that is the owner, you don't see that owner in the picture, but the owner is there waiting for you to snap that picture so they can take their property and be going. I'm so see. Let me know. I know some people that have dollars and they display dollars on their Instagram and pounds or whatever else, but Aboki there were no day inside the picture. After they are done, Aboki collects his money and go back.
And go back to his forest trade.
Just to show that you're...
There's this video that, I can't remember the name of this lady now, a media girl who is also like a social media influencer. And she said, I'm going to show you what the celebrities and some of these fake people do to us. So she got on board a flight. She was traveling. And she went to the business class, took pictures and whatnot, and then finally found herself in the economy where her real seat is. Saying, look, all these people that tell you they are flying first class and business class, now lie.
For the God.
No, sitting at the back together.
And you see,
Really?
you see,
It's just photo.
you see people begin to imagine a lot, assume a lot, and something good is happening in your life. Instead of you to be grateful to God, you're still killing yourself, thinking, is it not my mates that are flying business class? Why is God allowing me here?
But do you feel there's any relationship between that kind of showing off, and someone eventually being a troll? Because I think sometimes these trolls on social media are kind of a little bit, there's an inferiority complex.
I agree with you, absolutely.
Or they're a bit depressed themselves, and the only way that they can express themselves is just by lashing out at,
of course.
At you.
What I did was, I checked about the way manifestations of depression. You know, sometimes people think that depression is when you keep quiet, you're not out. No, some of this depression comes also, the way people respond, hyper, whatever. There's this depression kind that makes you overhype. And you begin to, and you think, oh, this person is acting. Depression is not only making you calm, it can also make you do this thing you say. You see people talk all manner of things on social media, and you think they are actually trying to hit on people, but they're trying to venting
They're just venting.
Coming out from their depressed mood. People should just, you see me, left for me alone. Social media is not my thing. I don't know.
At what age do you think children should be, or your child should be on social media? You have
18.
After 18?
Yes.
Z. You have kids that are quite, my own are still, so what age, are they on social media? Do you?
No.
None of them?
No. Actually, my brother-in-law opened was it a Facebook page for my son? And I said, you know that's not his page, right? I mean, you have the password and everything, you keep it.
Okay.
He doesn't need one just yet.
Okay.
I have teenagers now. I have 2 teenagers, but no social media yet. One of them got a smartphone after winning a challenge that daddy put forward for her. And before we know what was happening, there are WhatsApp groups of classmates and all kinds of chats and how this teacher is it, and we had to stop it.
You shut it down.
Exactly.
Okay, now, I differ a little.
It didn't make sense.
I differ a little. One, if you don't expose them early, if they go out, they are not in tune with what's happening.
I have a point.
Being on social media is not.
No, it's sorry. You could really them on the social media, but to monitor what they do on social media.
How do you monitor?
Yes,
do you really monitor?
Yes, you could. But our responsibility should up. We should step up our responsibility. A lot of vices are up on the social media, but when you try very well and talk with your children, you know when they are going off the rules. My daughter is 16. And one day we were chatting, I told her, there are privileges. If I get to know this, you will lose those privileges.
Exactly.
She asked me, what are those privileges? I listed them. Because it has to be. There are competitions they could involve themselves on social media and they could win.
But what is, when you're opening a page on social media, don't they ask for, isn't there supposed to be age limit? So these people actually get to lie to register, right?
Yeah. No, there are room for kids. They're for kids. No,
really?
For kids, yeah.
There's some for kids. I'm actually surprised that Z, who you're on social media quite a bit, but you don't want your kids on social media until 18.
She's not a kid.
No, I'm just saying that.
Nicky, when did I join?
Because you know the power of social. I don't know. When did you join?
I joined Instagram 2017 August.
Okay.
2017.
I guess that makes
in my
like
30s.
2 hours.
Oh, okay.
In my 30s. So if
Instagram just started. Maybe if it was around way back
around
then.
for like 5,
It's
6,
been
7 years or so.
Yeah.
It never intrigued me. Only reason why I joined Instagram was because, okay, I have a talk show. They say in order to keep in touch with your fans,
get your followers.
You
need to do all of that.
In order to get endorsement, in order to get recognition, you have to. But let me tell you, if I post picture, it take 2-3 weeks. So
before you remember,
there are people who are basically social media people. There are things you could, because the reason is, I use my home to check it. My son is 9, he's going to be 10. is on social media. When we visited our family in America last year, his age mate is on social media. He was asking me, see Malachi.
Why can't I be there?
I told him, no, America is different from Nigeria. Now, he wanted to also get on to have a chat with Malachi, have something to do with Malachi.
Don't
And
worry,
the only thing,
iPhone.
no, the only thing I did was, Malachi they have a platform for game.
Okay.
So you could register on that PS4.
Okay, yeah,
so you can invite him, you can
true.
play game.
Okay.
Because he always wants to play with Malachi because he was in America. Malachi was playing with his mates
Okay.
outside America, so he, within America. So
That's
like
PS4?
yes, I can play with Malachi. So I could get him that. But there are several restrictions. You don't have access to MasterCard because he would, before you know it, a lot
You
of
can
things.
buy all the games in the world.
Yes, before you know, so there are several restrictions. But for my daughter, I didn't allow her on social media until she became 16.
Okay.
That was when I gave her a phone. She never had phone until she became 16.
Okay.
Now, because one, she's going to the university soon. They started doing assignments. There are some things you could ask her, and she needs you go to answer them. So you start exposing her.
What's that thing called? Tablets, iPads, touch it, bang,
No,
bang.
no, truth is, it has the merits and the demerits.
Exactly.
And the way we as parents follow up with them, we shouldn't allow them because we think, oh, it's everything. You allow them to
I think 16 makes sense.
Yeah,
To
16
tell you
is
what,
fine.
there's this story, RMD, Richard Mofedamijo, posted when his girl turned 16, and after all the long stories of everything, and he said, it's okay, that your secret Instagram page, you can make it public now. I think you thought I didn't know. I was monitoring you all the way.
Oh, my.
And I will keep monitoring you, by the way, just so you know.
Oh, my goodness.
So, yeah,
which
16
was-
might not be a bad idea.
Yeah, my
I'm
question
sticking
was,
to that 18.
is your daughter on Facebook, and are you connected to her on Facebook?
Everyone.
You do?
Yes, I am.
So you see everything she...
What I do now is most times I read some things and I'll send to her. We share them because it's only when you break those strong
So
barriers.
your friends on social media.
Yes, when you break such barriers. No. When you break such barriers, that you'll be able to get some information.
Yeah.
You see, when they see you as daddy that hides or mommy that hides, they start to hide. When there are things to tell you, they need to come out to tell you freely.
Yeah.
Now, when we traveled for Christmas last year, and my daughter sings, but she's shy. So when we got at the hotel where we were, we had some musicians who came to play. And I walked up to the lady, I said, she can't sing. And I set her up. She was like, Daddy, no. I said, you have to break this shyness.
Yeah.
So, and I told the brother, oh yeah, record her. So that one was busy laughing. Yeah, you must sing, you must sing. He plays keyboard too.
Okay.
So he didn't know I was also waiting to set him up on that. So when they finished, I told them he can play keyboard. Now, my son is is like, was like, Daddy, please let the words open, let me
just go
I said,
in.
no, you have to go. So I did all that. I allowed them to talk to those people because if you don't, timidity will set in. When timidity sets in, it will be worse than whatever you're trying to avoid.
Yeah.
When you have kids that can't go outside and stand firm and defend themselves, because of you are making sure that you don't allow them. I've had people who try to teach their children, and out of 3 girls, 2 gave birth at home.
So who the good man?
They found a way. They
Maybe you
definitely
said
found a
Kenya,
way.
so where did it come from?
2 out of 3 girls, 2 gave birth at home.
Wow.
It's bad that way. What you end up seeing becomes more than what you're trying to avoid. But
So it's better they are exposed under your control than
let them be
you-
exposed under your control. When they're exposed under your control, you'll be able to know what... My wife tries as much as possible to interact with her daughter more.
Okay, so
They are friends, because me, they know that is very sensitive. I could smell it from far. So once I just mention it to Madam.
Okay, and she takes it up
Yes,
from there.
yes.
controlled exposure has security advantage, basically. So that will bring it home.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Do you have... Yeah.
Was that kind of person that, I think because she noticed that if you give me an inch,
You take a mile.
I'll take a mile. And I'm also that child that if I want to do something, if you tell me don't do it, I must do it too. Because you said don't do it. I want that fire to burn me. So my mom, growing up, she would, like my older cousins will be going to the club. She'll say, do you want to go with them? And I'm like, because now you're pushing me. Like, no. I didn't know at that time she was playing mind games. I thought...
How long did it take for you, sir? did the penny drop? When? At which point?
When I got into university.
You knew that, okay.
As in, because I'm like, she thinks she's being smart. No, I ain't going nowhere. I'm staying. No, you need to go out and hang with your friends. No, I'm gonna stay home and I'm gonna get on your nerves. I thought I was winning the fights. I didn't know that she was winning the war. So forever, I didn't end up going out because I thought my mom was like, go, go, go. I'm like, I'm right here with you, it's you and I. So I got into university. I'm like, wait, hold on. So this woman actually won this war.
Yeah, she's smart after all.
It took a while. We're running out of time, but I don't know if you have any staff at home, maids or...
I have a domestic staff. It's 33.
You have the domestic staff.
It's
Are
about
there any
31.
tips on security that you would want our viewers to know about
Yes.
as we round up?
One is the first thing I noticed that my neighbor's security team should also have. In fact, one of the decisions I made recently that my neighbor's security man, I will ensure that they have credit.
They have what?
Credit in their phones.
Okay.
Because they could see something, but because they're security men, they can't call for help and they can't buy. That's one. I also make sure that my security has credit in his phone. Because if there's anything you may want to say, Oga, see you, it has to be from the phone. It might not be able to come out.
So you put them on like a credit limit.
Yeah, you
every
can just
month.
500 naira, 1,000. It's not more than what we spend, and it's not more than what we might lose.
No, I agree with you. I'm just saying.
You understand?
You'd have a limit every month. Like, okay.
Just once in a while, ask him. Once in a while, ask him. You get credit there. If it might not give him the money. Just give me a number. You wire the credit because if you give them the money, they might use it to do another thing.
Okay,
send the credit to them, so that if there is anything they might want to alert people, they will just use that phone to alert people.
That makes
it helps.
sense. Yeah.
And I think the last time we were here, not the last time, sometime last year, the police PRO,
yes, that's right.
Gave some numbers to contact in case of emergency. I think we need to get those numbers and we need to put it up on the screen in case of, because I don't know who to call. In me, I could be calling Jimo. Jimo will not even answer me.
You know how many calls you get today? Now it's Frank Umba, right?
Frank Umba, that's right.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Jimo is not there again.
No, we haven't.
Hey, Oga Jimo, why now?
He didn't resign. Why are you asking him why now? He didn't decide not to do it again.
Duty calls.
Duty calls, exactly. And we wish Mr. Frank Umba all the best in his new
Absolutely.
position.
But for domestic staff and security, basically, I always preach be nice to your domestic staff.
Excellent.
The ones that have conscience, if you are nice to them, they would transfer that kindness to your children and your home. Yeah. I've had 2 domestic staff leave me before. One of them told me, Madam, you are too nice, I can't live with you. Yes.
That was the problem?
She actually said that.
Our village people.
And somebody, my neighbor said, you are still wasting time. Let her go. Wow. There must have been an agenda for, because, you know, we got her through these agents that would bring in someone. I usually insist on an adult. So if someone will negotiate and you know I'm paying you at the end of the month and you know what I need you to do for me. Not another child I would tend to like my child. If I need a child to take care of, I know where to get one. But this particular lady at some point told me, Madam, I won't go. Why? Madam, leave me, make I go.
Wow.
Are you not happy? Madam, I know if you stay or you are too nice. I'm telling you. And my neighbor, when I told her, she said, let her leave her, let her go.
So you know what the agenda is?
Exactly.
You couldn't trigger off the wickedness in her.
You know, so I just told myself, okay, I don't know what it is I did, but thank God I did it.
Yeah.
Because sometimes we feel, oh, this is not my child, so you should eat the spoiled food, so you should not have the right clothes to wear, so you shouldn't even learn a trade because I'm paying you 10 p's a day anyways, you know. We need to see these people as humans as well. Look for a way to benefit them. If they can't go to school, let them learn a trade. Something at least they can be independent at some point because they can't live with you forever. So if you don't have plans for the future, they will plan for their future. Hopefully the plan is not what kills your own future. So
you can live with us forever.
Oh, I know one who lived with my in-law. She went from their secondary school, finished OND, HND, university. She's working in the bank now, married with 2 kids.
Yeah.
And she's still family.
Even
The one that
driver
stayed
that
with my
took me to school
parents
as a child.
stayed with us for 13 years, and from there went to her husband's house.
Aww.
Well, on that note, we've come to the end of talking about security here in the conversation room. We hope you picked a thing or two about your own personal security. If you have any questions or comments, we'd like to hear from you. Our social media handles are available on the screen. So, on behalf of myself and everyone else, I'd like to say goodbye and thanks for watching.